It was really hard for me to put this video out after taking it, but here is the thing. I needed to do this so that you can appreciate the work that God is doing through us, and also you can support us to do more. So this woman has a wound, and what she does is that she set her leg over a naked fire. That is her way of taking care of the wound. And there appear to be some mental issue also. So for about a year, she has been bending the leg, and it caught my attention, and I think that something can be done about it. So I seek for your support, and graciously Mr. Okansi, who is in the United States, came to our aid and gave us some money so that we could treat the wound for her. So I went to her, then I informed her about our intention to take care of the wound for her, treat the leg, and also get her a decent place to stay. In fact, she stays in the open, yes, in a bush actually, and whether raining or shining, she's there. So last night it rained heavily, and she was in the rain because she has nowhere to go. So now we have to start with the dressing, and I must say that convincing her to agree for me to dress the wound for her was not that easy, but it was also interesting. And finally we are ready to start with the dressing. I blurred her face for now because of security reasons, and based on the information I have gathered from her so far, that has placed her in this condition. But overall, she's a very good woman. She communicates well, she's able to take care of herself, but obviously you would realize that there is some mental challenge, yes. And so that is me getting ready to start the dressing for her. But she wouldn't go to the clinic or the hospital. She didn't want to go, and so I told her that, well, if you still don't want to go, I can manage and do it for you here. So I did what I could so that I get the wound cleaned for her. Thankfully, the cells are not dead, the nerves are not damaged. She can still perceive pain, just that the wound was highly infected. Yes, it's a correct septic wound, and so it needs a lot of attention. For this kind of wounds, you can't dress them if you don't have passion for nursing. Yes, but I was thankful to God that I had the courage, or I have the courage to embark on this assignment. Some of my close friends are asking, what is it with, in quote, mad people for you this year that you are so passionate about? Caring for them. And I tell them that beyond the person's current situation, I see a living soul that needs liberation so that they can also have the fullness of life. So we are on it. And as you can see, once in a while when I clean some spot, she feels the pain and try to bring her hand in. But then I did my best to convince her to allow me to clean it for her. For today, my focus is just to get the face clean and apply medication. I am now building trust with her so that when we get to the level where I would have to do vigorous cleaning, she would still have in mind that I care for her. Yes. So as you can see, she's responding to the pain, and we've been communicating throughout the dressing, and she kept blessing me. Oh my God, Shate. She kept blessing me, thanking me for for having the thought to come to her aid. And I said no, it is for God and country, and thanks to Mr. Okanse for helping us to be able to do this. This year, by the grace of God, we will liberate a lot of people, and we know that out of that, God will lift us up and then bless us as well. Yes, I strongly believe so. Today, after I finished the dressing for her, some people who knew her in the area looked at me and they were like, could it be possible that I'm running mad myself? And I said, no, these people that we write off are just like us, and whatever situation that they are in, we could also get into it. So at this particular point, there is a dead cell that I was trying to remove with the gauze, but because she would not allow it, I allowed her to remove it herself. Yes, it shouldn't become an issue of contention between she and I. When you are attending to these people, you need to be very strategic. Yes, you need to be very strategic, and you also need to find ways and means to still get the result that you needed. You see, this may not be the best of practice, allowing a client to touch his or her wound, but if touching it will give me the space to be able to do what I wanted to do for her to get best of results, why not? So there we go, and I was able to clean it and also cover it with providing for her. This one, if it were to be that the relatives are here, yes, so let me even put this on record that we don't know any of her relatives. In fact, I can't even remember the town she mentioned to me that she was coming from. I really don't care about those things for now, but what I care about is her recovery. Yes, her recovery. Even though she shared with me some story which I would want to keep for now as I work to validate that story, after which I will share with you. Yes. If you can see at the background, you see some pineapples. Thorns, the plant down there. Those were planted by her. Yes, they were planted by her. It was not easy, but I did it. We made it. And after the dressing, because of the, let me say, although, excuse my language, I was salivating throughout, I was just spitting. Yeah, it's normal when you dress wounds that are quite septic. Also because I forgot to bring along a nose mask, so the scent really got into me, and I was quite disturbed, but also grateful to God. And many were surprised that she allowed me, and they were even surprised that I went there at the first place. That I believe that this is one way that we work for God. It is not just about preaching, but also being able to put some of the things we preach into practice. Jesus said that when I was naked, you did not clothe me. When I was hungry, you did not feed me, or you fed me not. Now when the people ask, when were you hungry? When were you naked? When were you in prison? And then he said that as you do to your neighbor, so have you done for me. So when you do something to somebody, when you express kindness to somebody, Jesus is actually saying that which you do for the person, even though you are doing it for the person, but it is for me, it is you have done it for me. Yes. And I believe that binding this wound was not just for her, but for Jesus. If we have this understanding, we will look at these people with a different perspective, and it will also save us a lot. 2025 is a year of liberation. Yes. And I have decided with a team that I'm putting up that we'll focus on health. We'll focus on health. Anything health, mental health, whatever it is. Any side of health, emotional health, whatever. That is what we will deal with, because I want to blend my skills as a health worker with the grace of God upon my life as a church leader or as a man of God, and be able to transform my sphere and environment. So this is it. Yes, there are more thrilling and mind-blowing assignments that we will embark on, but may I not shy from disclosing to you that this requires a lot of financial support. Yes, it requires a lot of financial support. But I am also hopeful that with your kind considerations, you will support us with every token. Should I say every token? You will support us with the little you can, so that we can be able to touch lives and transform them. The mission is clear, yes. And I have realized that God has a particular reason or a purpose for laying this assignment on my heart, and I wouldn't retreat. Yes, this year, if we have not, but let me say it this way: by the end of the year, at least, we will lead about 100 people to recovery. Yes, so kindly support us, and we'll be able to do exploit. So that is me inspecting the dressing. Yes. and I realized that I needed to do a little more reinforcement. Hopefully, for now, the way it is, it has to be daily dressing, and we have the supplies to do so. So, hopefully, tomorrow I'll return and then continue with the dressing as well. So, this is what the Lord is doing, and it is marvelous in our sight. May the Lord bless you, and may the Lord keep you, even as you support us to liberate people, yes, with your time, with your resources, and everything that you have. So for those of you who would want to donate to us to help us, for now we are using my personal line, but with time we will get a number for the foundation through which you can gladly donate. And from, in the words of my friend in the UK, use it for the purpose it is intended for. So what I mean is that we'll use every penny that we receive for the purpose for which we take it for. So kindly support us, and you'll be glad you did. Thank you very much. So far so good. We are almost done with the dressing, and we will come back tomorrow to look at it and then continue the dressing. The dressing, we intend to do it daily so that we can get best of results. But I wanted her to keep the dressing neat, and that she shouldn't set the leg on fire. So there has to be some kind of deal with her. She's having some mental battle, so I needed to keep her motivated. So what I did was that I gave her money, and then I told her that if by tomorrow the dressing is still clean and intact, that she didn't set it over fire, then I will add more to it for her. She wanted me to give her all that I brought, but I was like, no, the deal is she should keep the dressing neat, and I'll add more to it for her. She was grateful, and I was also happy that she cooperated with me